entry of Beit HaKnesset. So we said yesterday how it's important to be from the Asarot, from the first 10 in the Minyan, and the Zohar says, Parshat Truma, to be the first person, that is Bedargad Tzaddik, Tikun Gadol of Gama Brit. He's called Re'ah, Ahuv, Rahimah, Dikut Shabirichu. He's called the friend. He's called the beloved of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But now the next thing in the Pele Yoetz writes about is over here is Kodem sheikanes lebeit knesset tzarich litor reshut ba'amirat pasuk v'ani barov hasdecha. It says when a person before he walks into the shul, he has to make sure to say the verse from chapter 5 of Tehillim. But I, through your abundant kindness, I will enter your house. And what does that do? That makes a person a certain mindset. Certain mindset before you come to shul. Person has to understand that now entering a special area, I now have to enter with a certain seriousness, with a certain, holiness, with a different attitude. It's not like, relaxed how I am outside, rather with a gilu bera'ada, with a joy that's serious. Can you imagine a person in a chuppah, right? He's very, very happy, but at the same time he's serious. You don't joke around and make a pazor in the middle of a chuppah. You have to be happy, but you have to be serious. The same thing with the Beit Knesset. And don't do it after you go into the shul. You have to do it before you get in there. And therefore, it's like a person, he goes and we used to have kings, and when we used to have kings, people used to be scared for their life. It meant life or death. If a king decided to just, that's it, offer your head, people were very nervous. So people used to think twice before they walked into the palace, before they walked into the throne room, that they should be on their utmost behavior, that they should be, they're nervous, willing to do the will of the king, and then we have to do the same thing when we come to Melech Melchim Melchim, into his palace of the Beit Knesset. But he told Reshut, and you have to realize we're asking permission from HaKadosh Baruch Hu to enter the Beit Knesset when we say Ani Barov Chazdecha. Therefore, a person has to make sure to come to Hashem's sanctuary with the right mindset. Okay, fine. Then he says over here, and in light of all this though, he says that a person has to make sure, a person who is alive, he's living, he should take to his heart, to stand in the synagogue with fear, reverence, trembling, trepidation, of course, not to speak irrelevant matters, Haz v'Shalom, because the Shekhinah is there, right? And the Zohar HaKadosh in Parshat Truma speaks very harsh of the people who speak during the shul and idle matters in the synagogue. Amru denahi kanana b'Shechinta. He has disgraced the Shekhinah. Let lehulka be'elakad Yisrael yuyan sham. Has no connection with the God of Israel. Haz v'Shalom. The Zohar says a person who speaks during Beit Knesset, it's as if you imagine you're in Yoshvo, imagine you're in Levaya. They're speaking about someone who's niftar, giving kavod, and you start telling your friend, right? They go and they start laughing, schmoozing, joking on the side. He said, "What is this? You know where you are? Do you forget where you are? What kind of pazor you're making?" So therefore, a person has to realize in the Beit Knesset, they're praising HaKadosh Baruch Hu, they're giving HaKadosh Baruch Hu kavod. And while you're sitting there, going laughing on the side while they're praising, saying words of praise to Hashem. So therefore, Haz v'Shalom, it's as if he says, I have no portion in the nation of Israel, Haz v'Shalom. So therefore, Tismar Sa'arot Enosh, says the Prophet, your hair should stand up when you hear the severity of this matter, and therefore people shouldn't say, oh, but everybody does it. I see everybody talking. No. He says, a person's heart should hurt. People do it left and right as if it's permitted, and therefore you have to make a mistake. You don't make the mistake of thinking that it's okay. So therefore, a person has to make sure to stay away and not make shul into a social club. Sometimes, Haz v'Shalom, people say, I see my friends on Shabbat, I see them in the morning, that's the only time I see them, so I got a chapa shmooze with them. Chapa shmooze after tefillah, chapa shmooze outside of the shul, walk with them out, do it in Kiddush, don't do it during the prayers. And he says, and there's another Yetzer Hara, he says, okay, fine, Rabbi, I agree, I'm not going to talk in shul. You're right, it's a very bad thing to do. But then what happens? He crumbles when he doesn't start a conversation, but somebody else starts a conversation with him. And he says, no, I have to give him kavod, it's not respectful not to say hello, So therefore I have to shmooze there. It's after Baruch Shamar, right? And he, Kakovas, how are you? Slava Boka, everything's good. Everything's good. and we shmooze and we think, oh, I have to give him kavod, so I can't not talk. I have to talk. But it's after Baruch Shamar, it's a sur. Or let's say you have those chazanim, right? And he finishes the Az Yashir, and then the next chazan comes to take over on Shabbat. So everybody tells them, Chazak Baruch, right? Domot Sheve, well, and all these things. But it's after Baruch Shamar, you can't talk. No, but we have to give him kavod. He's saying nice, beautiful. No, the kavod for Hashem comes first. We can't give kavod to people before kavod of Hashem. Even in halacha, they say when you want to make l'chaim, when you want to drink something, you want to bless somebody, first you should say bracha, and then drink, and then bless the person, then say l'chaim. Why should we bless the person before we bless Hashem? Why should we give kavod to the people before we give kavod to HaKadosh Baruch Hu? The same thing with the Shev Brachot, where people want to say, I have to give out the brachot. What do you mean? How can I make only 2 brachot? I have to give out kavod. My bobo is here, my cousin is here, my uncle is here. No, what? Should make bracha levatala outside the house of Chatan because of kavod? We have to give it to them. So therefore, a person has to give kavod to Hashem and not kavod to other people first. So therefore, he says, "Shelo yahosh lebusha v'lo shum davar sheyahish miflat lo." He says a person should not have any shame or not be nervous and have anxiety in this case. Why? Because better that people should think that you are shoteh in this world than they should be in shoteh in olam haba. You should tell them, "Ani lo medaber bebet knesset." I'm sorry, I would love to speak to you, but I don't speak in shul. A person who would attempt to rob you of your money, would attempt to rob you of your life. You would stand up, you would say something. So don't let him rob you from the mitzvah of being in the Bet Knesset. The Chas V'Shalom, don't let him give you averav. Speaking Bet Knesset, ave'as kanamir, be bold like a leopard, and this way you will be saved, and you will be able to fulfill the mitzvah of mikdashay tirao, fearing Hashem in the sanctuary, in His sanctuary, and treating the Bet Knesset like really what it is, Bet Mikdash Me'at, a small sanctuary. If we don't know how to behave in the shul, how are we going to behave in the Bet HaMikdash? So let us show Hashem now how we can know how to behave in the shul. And Hashem says, we are worthy for the Bet HaMikdash. Amen, amen, amen.